Om Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Ladies and gentlemen, much awaited Saturday, 5 p.m. India's time. All of us, we are joining for something amazing, wonderful every Saturday. Venerable Ravi Medhankar ji, all the way from Tokyo in Japan, he is kind enough to extend his warmth, his wisdom, his knowledge, and he shares everything to enrich everybody, whosoever is keen from India to go to Japan. He also discussed in the various programs with all of us that there are certain MOUs which have been signed. A lot of other countries' youth are going over there. That means I'm talking about Japan. So why not? India should also take advantage of that. And we should do the best possible whatsoever we can. But that all is possible when you display your country's culture, your heritage, your values, your ethics, and you understand others' culture as well. And then there is a cultural understanding, cultural amalgamation, and mutual respect. And that's why this special program we bring for all of you. Let us understand the cultural heritage, the people, everything what we have got in Japan. And let me share a couple of slides quickly because Chamber ICSI, International Chamber for Service Industry, which is a link between India and our brothers and sisters across the globe, wherever they are in the different countries, we try and collaborate for the mutual, kind of an understanding what all we can do, whether it is youth, it is educator, it's teachers, it's counselors, it's trainers, it's coach, it's tourism, it's hospitality, or for that matter, even youth getting temporary employment and moving abroad. Why not? There are different programs by ICCR, Indian Council for Cultural Relation, where there's a cultural exchange, and our focus is youth and our teachers. We would like that maximum they should take benefit of these prevailing understandings, what we have got with different countries. And today, especially, we are talking about Japan. So let's move on. Vasudha Kutumbakam. That's the G20 slogan also, where it has been taken. So all of us together, let's travel to Japan. When I was just browsing some of the beautiful pictures of Japan, it was so difficult for me to select few pictures. On what basis do I select? Nature has bestowed so much. People are so humble. The culture is so rich. They've got so much of concern and respect for their own country. That is the commitment what they have got toward their own, nation. I think if that kind of a character can be built by everybody. Now, this is one of the peaks. Bhanteji would explain to us. He will tell us. I was looking at another slide, and I was just stopped over there. And for a moment, I took a long breath. I said, Nature, you have bestowed so much to Japan. You have given so much to Japan. Japan is so beautiful. Japan people are so good. They're so humble. They're so warm. All the faces, everybody is laughing. Everybody is smiling. Everybody is happy. And look at the gesture. Atiti Devo Bhava, when we talk about, and that is the tourism, the organization and the segment which I belong to. And I always believe, look at these people, even when they give visiting card to somebody, they just bow. And wonderful people, wonderful country. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's change our thought process. Let's become positive. Let's respect everybody on this planet. And that's what Bhanteji, Venerable Medhankarji also shares every time whenever I meet him. And he says, whatsoever best can be done for the humanity, let's do it. Whatever your mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. It's all up to you, how positive you are. With this, we are completing 1,961 webinars which we started during this pandemic on 25th of March. After this, at 8 p.m. today, you are going to meet 25 people in the panel discussion from the different languages. They speak different language, and with about 40 years humble journey and my association with the tourism, I believe it is the tourist guides who play a very important role. And in a very polite way, in a very humble way, I, along with Bhanteji, also is trying to be tourist guides to give you the best whatever we can showcase about the countries we talk about. Because tourist guides, they are the backbone of tourism. So today at 8 p.m., there'll be a special panel discussion, which we all will have. We extend a very hearty welcome to everybody. Those are joining us on the YouTube. Paras, you are the first to join, and hearty welcome to you. And you get the reward and award also, being the first person this evening joining on the YouTube channel, and keep asking the questions, whatsoever you wish to know from Bhanteji, that is Venerable Medhankarji. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, join me in extending a very warm welcome to Venerable Ravi Medhankarji, all the way from Tokyo, from Japan, who spares his most valuable time and he shares his vision and his wisdom with all of us. Today, Bhanteji, I wish to request you, tell us something more about Japanese culture, how they are so patriotic, how they are so patriotic, how they are so much committed. Sometime back, if we all go through, there was a lot of damage and there was some kind of a mishap, and the train had also gone right inside. But there was no voice outside and asking the world, help, help, help us. Not at all. They managed everything at their own way. How Japanese are so humble, how Japanese are so professional, how Japanese are so committed, and how do you look at it when somebody visits Japan? How do they treat them? How do they come across them? How do they help them? And then one or two incidents I'll share with you, which took place with me. And when I visited Japan for the first time, I'll share something very interesting with you after some time. So, ladies and gentlemen, most respected, Venerable Ravi Medhankarji, all the way from Japan, from Tokyo.
Namo Buddhaya, Namo Dhammaya, Namo Sanghaya. So, as you told the culture, there is the whole culture is one. In my opinion, everybody is one. Now, there are some actions in the culture because everything has a part. So, Japanese culture is, if you go back to the Indian culture, so being here for more than 30 years, I found that whatever the cultural element we had in India, that has been transformed a little, but it has come in Japan. So politeness, actually, we cannot say Indians are impolite. They are very polite. Still, maybe exception is everywhere. What we say, the Kabul may be gade hote hain, that is a different thing. That exception can be there. But the politeness and all these things, we used to be very, very polite. If you go to the Indian customs and all, so you will find that even I remember now many things changed in Indian context after the development of these, your television and internet and all these things. But there was a time we even don't dare. We had so much respect, as you told, they are respecting, yes. And we had so much respect that if my grandfather is there, we were not dare to sit in front of him unless he says, okay, you sit down. So that was this, that what you can say. I mean, people had so respect And also not only in my house, even at the university when we were a student, and if the head of the department of the master class is coming out of his room, we were all in our room inside. So even on the corridor, we don't used to come outside. So those things have little changed. It is not 100% change, but has changed. What I felt whenever I go to India, oh, that was the, maybe whatever the factor, because there is not only one factor, but so we used to be very polite, and still we are polite. We are just, you are always giving me respect word, I give you always respect word. So these are all the politeness. Of course, in the Japan, as you show one of the poster, they are bowing. Yeah, that sometimes if you are in the station and somebody say arigato, then they will more say domo arigato. Then there another is more politeness, more thank you. So that goes and goes, and so even the last man, he wants to show that he is the more polite than the before one. So that continues there. And this politeness is like nowadays, I mean, there are some many, even in that the vending machines. So if somebody comes, something, we put some coin and the things coming out, and naturally they will bow that one. So that has become a part of the culture. So it's even to thanks to the machine, because due to that machine, we got this thing. So that, and you know, my brother, he is in the hospitality industry already. You have met him. He always says, whenever your some friend comes from Japan, they have basket of thanks with them. So anything happens, they say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I told, this has become a habit. For example, when my father gave me maybe 1,000 Indian rupee. So we think this is our power that my father must give. We don't say anything like that in thank you. But in Japan, even somebody gives a small coin or 100 yen coins, also something, some given to the children, or so they will naturally they say, thank you. So there is something has been from the childhood they have been given this one. So we had the same system long time ago in our house, I have seen. And so that thing has also there, that we have the saunas and all these things. Now also, you know, the ahuro, because you have already visited Japan. So what my father used to explain, that katiyasana, that that was the full belly is under the water or the mud, and then it, so that used to give you all these diseases of the stomach, if you have the gastric or any kind of those things, that used to cure. And the same thing, they have ahuro, so they put the hot, hot water, and they go in the evening and soak their body in that hot water. So that gives them, that makes a number of the years, that what we say the longevity. So their longevity is getting that one. So what happened, we had in India, but we have come away from those things. So that, and they have adopted. I told you very, if some Japanese is listening to me, he will say, no, 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 no. But that's true. All these systems prevailed in India, whether you say in Ayurveda or is a naturopathy, and we had the many, many pathies. So also that German homeopathy also become a part of Indian, culture. So those things we all find, which was there, has come here. We cannot say important. Not only that, when you come to the religion also, the Buddhism is one of, that is the, and which I belong also. And we are going to have a conference in July. And every year we have a conference. So what happens in Buddhism is also that not come directly from that India, but the Indian travelers and the monks, they used to go to China, because China was in the center, and the China played a great role. Actually, whatever we criticize in China, but China was, due to its position in the map to be in the center, that give a privilege to what happened when you go to the Central Asia, all these places, when the China is there, Mongolia is there, you have traveled a lot, so you know, and you are dealing with the tourism. So the Indian silk was very famous, which used to go to the European style. So from there, it used to come to China. And from China, it used to go through Ural Mountain. You know the Ural Mountain. And that used
Russia.
to go, yeah. So then it used to enter Europe. And so it is a story or fact, we don't know, but there, this is the ring. And under the ring, one sari of the 5 meter used to go. That was the thing, that thinness of the silk. So that used to go as a present for the queen. So that Central Asia played a very important role. So that was the China where because the Japan and India now is very close, but that was a one time, it was not direct connection in the long past. But Indian monks and other who were interested and who were dedicated to develop the not only Buddhism, like Hinduism and other culture from India and other cultural element from India. So they traveled a lot through by boat or because there was not like the big ships. So they used to use the boats and they come. So they come to China, like the Bodhidharma, who is also have been named as the founder of the Jain meditation, what we do the meditation. He also comes from South India and he comes to China. And the Japanese monks, they are coming from Japan to China to study. So they study that dhyana, which is come to in the center of the China. It was called the Chan. That the transliteration became Chan. And when the Japanese monks,
how do you spell?
Chang. Chang.
Okay, Chang. Okay.
So, and that Japanese people who go to study there, the monks, and there is a popular monk, the Eshe, his name is Eshe. So he goes also there. He studies there and brings with him some of the literature and some practices, what he does. And when it come here, then it is translated as a Jain. So same thing is there, but some practices differ. Because in yoga also you learn many things, but you learn not 100% all the yogas. So you just after that you take out, okay, this is good for me, this is for this, and I am always have headache, or I have a stomach ache, or I have something, this deficiency. Then like the yoga is also is the practice. So meditation is also a kind, also you can say it's a dhyana become Chan and Chan become the Jain. So that have been established fact. It is not that I am telling. This has been many scholars have written. So if you go to the scholarly books, and you will find the Jain has, and it has played an important role in the Japanese society. So the culture element, direct or indirect, has entered in Japan through China or from different sources. It cannot be only one source that it will be. So there will be many factors, sources that has taken it to Japan. So this is so many things you will find. And also some of when we speak Japanese language, it is many times I told in my lectures that the grammar is very similar to Hindi.
Hindi.
Or Hindi or Nepali. So
Hindi
because in
or
English
Nepali.
we have this is a pen, but in Japanese we have korewa pen this. Similar in Hindi we have yah kalam hai. Hai is the this, yah kore pen. अब पेन की जगह पर आप कुछ भी लगा दिए, पेन, बैग, मोबाइल पे जो भी आप लगा के तो वो सेंटेंस आपका बन जाता है। उसी तरह से हिंदी में है, यह पेन है, यह टेबल है। तो बहुत सारा जो है वो, इसलिए जो, और इनकी प्रोनाउंसिएशन भी है, जैसे हमारे यहाँ जो है क ख ग घ कवर्ग चवर्ग टवर्ग है, तो ये सभी मिल जाते हैं। तो बहुत सारी चीजें हैं जो हमारे बीच में कॉमन है।
भंते जी, 2 क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं, क्या मैं ले सकता हूँ?
तो नहीं, 10 आ जाए तो और अच्छा
नहीं नहीं
है।
नहीं। 2 क्वेश्चन है। पहला
जी
क्वेश्चन यह है कि सम ऑफ द पीपल आर इंटरेस्टेड टू नो कि जुलाई
हाँ,
की जो कॉन्फ्रेंस हो रही है उसका फोकस क्या है। व्हाट इज द फोकस ऑफ द जुलाई कॉन्फ्रेंस?
जुलाई फोकस का जो है वो 2 पार्ट में, एक है बुद्धिज्म और
ओके।
दूसरा है साउथ ईस्ट एशियन स्टडीज। सो
ओके, एक
पीपल
है
हु आर
बुद्धिज्म,
इंटरेस्टेड इन, हाँ बुद्धिज्म। और
दूसरा
बुद्धिज्म
है।
में जो इस साल का जो टॉपिक है वो है बुद्धिज्म इन अमेरिका। क्योंकि
ओके।
अमेरिका में बुद्धिज्म 20th सेंचुरी के बाद बहुत ज्यादा डेवलप कर गया।
ओके।
तो उनके, हाँ, तो उनके क्या सोर्सेस हैं, कैसे डेवलप किया, तो इन सब के बारे में आप उसमें कर सकते हैं डिस्कशन।
ओके। ओके।
और साउथ ईस्ट एशिया के किसी भी एलिमेंट पर, जैसे अभी आप टूरिज्म में ले रहे हैं तो वो, तो अभी जो पेपर्स आ रहे हैं बाद में उनको फिर डिवाइड किया जाएगा, लेकिन अभी जो पेपर्स आ रहे हैं उनको अभी लिया जा रहा है। इनसे साउथ ईस्ट एशिया से रिलेटेड हुए, टूरिज्म से भी रिलेटेड हो गए, हॉस्पिटलिटी को आप अलग कर ही नहीं सकते हैं।
हाँ,
एक्चुअली क्या है कि इस वर्ल्ड में अब कोई भी एक सब्जेक्ट जो है वो को रिलेटेड है। अब
बिल्कुल
जैसे आप
ठीक।
बोलते हो, अब साइंस बोलते हो तो साइंस जो है, अब बोलोगे कि साइंस अलग हो गया और हिस्ट्री आर्ट हो गया, तो
हम्म,
कहाँ, जब आपको साइंस पढ़ रहे हैं तो आप कहते हो मैथमेटिक्स है, तो मैथमेटिक्स एक साइंस है।
हम्म,
लेकिन उस, जब तक उसकी हिस्ट्री नहीं पढ़ोगे मैथमेटिक्स नहीं आएगी, तो वहां पर क्या हो
हाँ,
जाएगा, हिस्ट्री ऑफ
हाँ,
मैथमेटिक्स।
बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं, बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं आप।
इकोनॉमिक्स
हम्म,
है तो उसको टूरिज्म से भी बांध दीजिएगा तब भी होगा।
हाँ,
हिस्ट्री
हाँ,
ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स भी पढ़नी ही पड़ेगी। वो
हम्म,
माल्थस कौन था, ये कौन था, कैसे हुआ, उनका डेवलपमेंट क्या हुआ। तो
हम्म,
अभी हम किसी को भी साइंस आर्ट्स कॉमर्स इसमें बांट नहीं सकते हैं। अब
ओके।
कंप्यूटर है, तो कंप्यूटर
ओके।
है तो क्या है, उसको फिर मैथमेटिक्स में जाइए तो उसी का अप्लाइड फॉर्म है।
हाँ हाँ हाँ। इसका जुलाई की क्या डेट्स हैं भंते जी? पीपल आर
ये
आस्किंग।
7 से लेके 9 जुलाई तक है।
7th to 9th जुलाई। एक और
हाँ,
क्वेश्चन है किसी का, दे आर
नहीं
आस्किंग।
तो उनको ये बता दीजिए कि उसमें हम लोग $350 ले रहे हैं, जिसमें कि इनके 3 दिन का यहाँ रहना, खाना, पीना, और उसके बाद यहाँ की जो लोकल कल्चरल साइट सीइंग होगी, उनका जो बैज होगा वो मिलेगा उनके साथ में, ये और उसके बाद एक सर्टिफिकेशन देंगे। और
ओके।
कुछ लोग फेलिसिटेशन भी हम लोग कर रहे हैं जो डिफरेंट माने बुद्धिज्म से रिलेटेड हैं, साउथ ईस्ट एशिया से रिलेटेड जो स्कॉलर्स हैं, और हमारे जो भी संघ नायक हैं बौद्ध धर्म के जो इंडिया के, वो भी आ रहे हैं। रेवत बनते, ही वाज माय फर्स्ट टीचर टू bless me as a samaner, not a monk, but that time we, so it was my chance, and now he is the Sanganayak of India, so that is also very important for me. Then
ओके।
many 2 3 vice chancellors are also joining with us, and a lot of scholars are joining. Then
ओके।
also from very famous monk from the Vietnam. So many people are joining. So I'm happy that people will
वंडरफुल,
be.
वंडरफुल।
Yes.
भंते जी, एक और सवाल है कि
जी
इस समय पोस्ट पैंडेमिक टाइम के अंदर सब कुछ हाइब्रिड मॉडल में हो रहा है। हाइब्रिड मॉडल मींस मिक्स ऑफ योर वर्किंग प्लेस, दैट इज योर कॉन्फ्रेंस, एंड एट द सेम टाइम लिंकिंग विद द ग्लोबल आल्सो। तो क्या
हम्म।
इस इवेंट को फेसबुक पर, लिंक्डइन पर या यूट्यूब पर किसी जगह टेलीकास्ट कर रहे हैं, लाइव टेलीकास्ट?
लाइव टेलीकास्ट तो आप ही के सहयोग से होगा क्योंकि
अच्छा
मैंने
जी,
तो आप ही को ऑफर
ठीक
दिया
है,
था।
ठीक है जी, ठीक है जी।
लाइव
तो
टेलीकास्ट तो वो दैट इज
ठीक
डॉक्टर
है जी।
शर्मा पॉकेट, दैट इज नॉट इन माय पॉकेट।
हाँ, नहीं
देखिए
नहीं।
ऐसा है कि जापान में कॉन्फ्रेंस हम लोग हर एक साल इसलिए करते हैं क्योंकि
हाँ
जो
जी।
लोग जापान आना चाहते हैं उनका 2 पर्पस हो जाता है। एक तो यूनिवर्सिटी उनको पेमेंट कर देती है, एक ये इधर से मिल गया सोर्सेस, और
हाँ।
उनका पेपर प्रेजेंट हो गया तो वो फिर वो उनका एक प्लस पॉइंट हो जाता है। क्योंकि जापान जो है बहुत लोगों के एक ड्रीम कंट्री है, अब अभी भी, माने बहुत सारे लोग, अभी तो फ्री भी होने के बावजूद भी बहुत सारे लोगों की एक ड्रीम कंट्री है, ओ जापान। And that was my dream country when I was a child. When I saw the movie, तो हमने देखा था जापान लविंग टोक्यो. So from that time we
हाँ जी,
had
हाँ जी.
made it. So
वो थे, क्या नाम था
जी,
मुखर्जी का पूरा नाम, पता नहीं क्या था उसका.
हम लोगों ने
जो
पहला पहला सेशन में दिया था उसको. फर्स्ट जो हम
हाँ,
लोग
जॉय
सेशन,
मुखर्जी, जॉय मुखर्जी.
जोई मुखर्जी जी.
जॉय
हाँ तो
जॉय
उस,
मुखर्जी एंड आशा पारेख. इट वाज अ ग्रैंड हिट. इट वाज अ ग्रैंड
हाँ
हिट. उसके विजुअल, उसका गाने सब बहुत हिट था.
हाँ.
एक और
और
प्रश्न
उसमें
है बनते जी.
जी जी
एक और प्रश्न है बनते जी कि अ, एक लेडी है जो पूछ रही हैं
जी.
कि क्या आप कोई रिकमेंडेशन आईसीसीआर या आईसीएसएसआर के लिए दे सकते हैं, इंडियन काउंसिल फॉर कल्चरल रिलेशंस एंड
हम्म
इंडियन काउंसिल फॉर सोशल साइंस रिसर्च, क्योंकि वो लोग इस
हम्म
तरीके की कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए आपको
हम्म
सपोर्ट करते हैं, जिसमें
हम्म
आपको एयर टिकट भी मिल जाएगा. ये स्टूडेंट हैं जो पूछ रहे हैं, क्योंकि वाइस चांसलर वगैरह तो आ जाएंगे, बट स्टूडेंट की
हम्म.
बात कर रहे हैं. कोई स्टूडेंट हैं जो दोज आर इंटरेस्टेड टू ज्वाइन फॉर द कॉन्फ्रेंस. तो क्या आप अपनी तरफ से उन बच्चों को कोई रिकमेंडेशन लेटर दे सकते हैं कि वो अप्रोच कर लें वहां पर?
नहीं, लेटर चाहिए तो मैं दे सकता हूँ. यू नो माय नेचर, आई एम वेरी humble, always cooperative
ठीक.
to the, if somebody needs something, and we are
हाँ.
always, even if we are giving this seminar also for, so any help they need, they should write a copy to you and a copy to me, that what
ठीक.
they need. So
ठीक.
or they should send a draft that they need exactly like this. It will be my pleasure, and if they are
ठीक.
coming, I will be very
ठीक.
happy. And if they are getting some money, some fund from, yes, 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 yes,
ठीक.
please.
थैंक यू जी. एक और सवाल बताइए. इस समय
हाँ,
जापान में अप्रोक्सीमेटली कितने इंडियंस हैं?
अभी इसमें अप्रोक्सीमेटली इंडियंस जो होंगे, कम से कम तो होंगे 30,000 तो होंगे ही होंगे. 30,000 पीपल.
30,000 Indians are there approximately in Japan.
यस यस यस.
Okay. Okay.
डाटा आपको यदि एग्जैक्ट डाटा लेना है तो फिर एम्बेसी को अप्रोच करना होगा,
वो ले लेंगे,
क्योंकि
ले लेंगे
हमारे डाटा और
approximately.
एम्बेसी के डाटा में फर्क आ जाता है.
ठीक है जी, ठीक है जी. दूसरा,
जी.
एक स्टूडेंट है पारस, ये लिख रही हैं कि अगर जापान में एडमिशन लेना हो और
हम्म
जापान में पढ़ाई के लिए आना हो बीएड करने के बाद, इन्होंने
हम्म.
बीएड किया है, तो क्या कोई स्कॉलरशिप मिलती है और उसका प्रोसेस कैसे, हम कैसे सब अप्लाई करें?
अच्छा, तो उसमें बीएड के बाद आप एमएड कर सकते हो.
हाँ जी.
और उसके लिए पोस्ट जो है, इसमें जो आपका जो ग्रेजुएशन के बाद में जो डिग्रीज
हाँ
है,
जी.
स्कॉलरशिप मिल जाएगी. सबसे पहला है कि इनके पास में बैकग्राउंड जापानीज लैंग्वेज का थोड़ा सा होना चाहिए.
अच्छा.
क्या है कि ये जब अब दो टाइप की यूनिवर्सिटीज है. एक तो इंग्लिश के थ्रू उनकी पढ़ाई होती है, वहां ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं, वो थोड़ा सा कॉस्टली होता है. दूसरा है कि वो इसमें ज्वाइन जापानीज में. तो जापानीज वाले में कम से कम इनका जो लेवल होगा N2 होना चाहिए, तब वो यूनिवर्सिटी में ले लेंगे. और यूनिवर्सिटी में, हर एक यूनिवर्सिटी में अपना स्कॉलरशिप होता है. उसके अलावा यहाँ पर क्या है, जितने भी बैंक है उनका स्कॉलरशिप है. बहुत सारे स्कॉलरशिप तो चूंकि वो नॉलेज नहीं रहता है, इसलिए वो नहीं ले पाते हैं. तो यहाँ पर वो है. फिर आपके जो अपने इंडिया में ये भी है ना, लायंस क्लब है, रोटरी क्लब है, तो यहाँ भी लायंस क्लब, रोटरी क्लब है, उनके स्कॉलरशिप हैं. फिर यहाँ जितनी फैक्ट्रीज है उनके स्कॉलरशिप है. सिटी की स्कॉलरशिप है, इनकी प्रीफेक्चरल गवर्नमेंट है उनकी, जैसे प्रीफेक्चर अपने यहाँ कमिश्नरी हो गया, तो उस टाइप से यहाँ भी है. तो इन स्कॉलरशिप अभी एप्लीकेशन निकला हुआ होगा, अभी इसी महीने में शायद खत्म भी होने वाला होगा. MEXT एक स्कॉलरशिप है, आप लिख लीजिए.
हाँ जी.
MEXT.
एम फॉर मेड्रास.
M for Medhankar.
हाँ.
Yes, Madras also.
हाँ
Okay.
जी. एम.
हाँ. E for
हाँ.
England.
हाँ.
X for X-ray.
हाँ.
And T for table.
ओके.
Table top. Next. So they
ओके.
can apply for that. And in that, it is important that you don't need the Japanese language. even you don't know the Japanese language, you can apply for that.
Okay, okay. That's
So,
really meaningful and a very good
yes,
information. तो हम request करेंगे in
हाँ,
youth को, those are interested to go for higher education, जैसे Venerable Madhankar जी ने बताया, please go through, try and see Lions Club scholarship, Rotary Club scholarship, government scholarship and MEXT. इसकी भी scholarship का पूरा पढ़िए आप.
ये मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन की स्कॉलरशिप है
अच्छा जी,
जी।
मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन का है. थैंक यू
हाँ,
बंते जी,
उसको
बहुत
तरह
बहुत
से,
धन्यवाद आपका.
और
और
वो
बाकी
इंडिया गवर्नमेंट से भी वो स्कॉलरशिप लेके आ सकते हैं। अभी तो विदेशों में पढ़ने के लिए बैंक्स भी उनको फाइनेंस कर रहा है।
हाँ जी,
जापान में सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट ये है कि मान लीजिए कि वो उसको स्कॉलरशिप ना मिलता है तो वो पार्ट टाइम जॉब करके 1 घंटे का उसको $10 के करीब मिल जाएगा।
अच्छा जी,
तो हाँ, तो वो माने कम से कम वो 1.5 लाख रुपए जो है महीने का, वो बाय पार्ट टाइम जॉब भी कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि कहीं ट्यूशन पढ़ा रहे हैं या कहीं छोटे छोटे डिपार्टमेंट स्टोर हुए, कॉफी शॉप हुए। हाँ, ड्रिंकिंग बार और इसमें वो काम नहीं कर सकते, उसमें क्लियरली लिखा रहता है। और ये
अच्छा,
गवर्नमेंट से अप्रूव्ड रहते हैं। जब जब इनका सिलेक्शन हो जाता है, सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ एलिजिबिलिटी मिलती है, उसके बाद उनको पार्ट टाइम जॉब करने का एक परमिशन फिर इमिग्रेशन डिपार्टमेंट दे देता है। तो
ठीक है,
हाँ, वो
ठीक.
यूनिवर्सिटी में जाए या किसी लैंग्वेज स्कूल में भी ज्वाइन करेंगे तो उनको काम करने की सुविधा है।
बहुत बहुत आभार है बंते जी आपका. थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक्स अ लॉट. आपने
नहीं
समय
नहीं,
निकाला, आप आए. और मैं समझ सकता हूं कि चित्रा मैम आज लैंग्वेज भी मिस कर रही होंगी. हमारे कुछ एक गुणीजन श्रोता भी लैंग्वेज मिस कर रहे होंगे. लेकिन अगले सप्ताह, क्योंकि हम चाहते हैं डिसकंटिन्यूटी ना हो, अब आप लोगों को कितनी इंफॉर्मेशन आज मिल गई. जुलाई की कॉन्फ्रेंस 7 से 9 जुलाई का है. और दूसरा अमेरिकन बुद्धिज्म की भी उन्होंने बातचीत की. और हम इन ए हम्बल वे तीनों दिन आपको यूट्यूब पर पूरी कॉन्फ्रेंस का लाइव टेलीकास्ट देंगे, ताकि हर कोई जो इंसान इंटरेस्टेड है, दे ऑल शुड बी एबल टू एंजॉय वर्ल्ड ओवर दिस पर्टिकुलर प्रोग्राम. जिन लोगों ने जापानीज स्कॉलरशिप के बारे में पूछा, तो आपको भी पूरा डिटेल मिला. अगर किसी का कोई और भी प्रश्न होगा, अगर आपका कोई उभरता है, तो अगले सप्ताह शनिवार को शाम को 5 बजे जब हम मोस्ट रेस्पेक्टेड वेनरेबल रवि मेधांकर जी से मिलेंगे, तो उस चीज को आगे लेकर चलेंगे. इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ आपका बहुत बहुत आभार.
चलिए, धन्यवाद. हाँ, तो thank you for giving me a chance that you will do my relay program on that. Thank you.
It will
Thank
be
you very
done
much.
world over. It will be done world
Yes,
over.
yes,
We'll do
yes.
international telecast.
Yes, I know your capacity and we have done a lot of work together, so we know
Thank
you
you,
can
Bhante.
do. Yes,
Thank you, Bhante. Thank
wish
you.
you all the best, and
Thank you.
please